Thor: Love and Thunder is the fourth Thor movie in the Thor franchise. Now, this is the first fourth movie that a Marvel character has received. Iron Man, Captain America, and Spider-Man have all received only 3 films. And you would think that Thor 4 would be interesting and in your face. Well, I'll get to that. Thor 4 is directed by Taika Waititi. It stars Chris Hemsworth, Christian Bale, Tessa Thompson, Jamie Alexander, Taika Waititi, and Russell Crowe and Natalie Portman. Now, it basically tells the story. Thor tries to find inner peace after losing everyone that he loves over the course of his journey in the Marvel movies, which started off in the first Thor movie. Now, but he must return to action and recruit Valkyrie, Korg, and Jane Foster, who is now Mighty Thor, in order to stop Christian Bale's character, Gorr the God Butcher, from eliminating all gods in the universe. The movie is very different than what the third film, Ragnarok, was. And the reason I say this is because Taika Waititi just came into the form of being and directing Marvel. Now, Ragnarok was really good. It was cohesive, it made sense, and everything just fit together. Thor: Love and Thunder had a lot of mishaps and a storyline and a script and a screenplay that didn't feel cohesive at all. It felt like it was just different things just put together with a lot of lighthearted jokes and more joking by Thor than being serious than what he usually is. Now, basically, the story is very, very easy to follow. And the reason I say that is because the movie is only 119 minutes long. It just comes under 1 minute of 2 hours. This is a very, very quick movie when you're watching it. You think, oh, it's 2 hours. It's going to be dragging. No, it's not. It's very quick. There are some parts where Thor and Jane do share moments and talk about, what they went through over the course of when they were in a relationship. That was kind of the slowdown points in the movie. But basically, it's simple. The film starts off with Christian Bale's character, Gorr the God Butcher, or Gorr at the time, who renounces all gods because of what happened. He wants just revenge. So he goes around in the universes and basically killing everyone of the gods. And another story aspect is of Jane Foster, who has cancer, which you all know. She becomes Mighty Thor because Mjolnir was calling her, and then the whole aspect of the Thor and Jane. And then the interesting thing was good was that Thor has Stormbreaker, and Stormbreaker gets jealous because Thor sees Mjolnir, he sees his ex-hammer, he sees his ex-girlfriend. It's just a great, interesting romantic back and forth. The movie is very different, where even the Guardians are only in it for 20 minutes at the beginning of this film. You think they're going to be on it with this journey for him through the whole thing. Absolutely not. It does not do that at all. The Guardians are in it for maybe 20 minutes, like I said, and that's it. They go off and do their thing by trying to save other distress signals and calls in the universe, while Thor goes on to do one of his own missions with Korg. Korg is great as always, which is voiced and motion capped by Taika Waititi. Tessa Thompson as Valkyrie is great, and Natalie Portman as Jane Foster was surprisingly really good. She definitely beefed up for the role and bulked up, and you can really tell. But the aspect of her going back from the godlike Mighty Thor to her normal self when she has cancer is a really nice juxtaposition and side by side that what she's going through. Now, the aspect of the villain, Gorr the God Butcher. Christian Bale was menacing in this role. The aspect of the shadow and light, and him coming into the light with his shadow-like figure was really fun. People want to say it's better than Thanos or it's compared to Thanos. It's none of that. This villain stands on its own for what it is, and that's what it is. Christian Bale gave a good performance. I wanted actually more of this character and this villain of Gorr the God Butcher. People are complaining it's not comic book accurate. Well, it's not, but if you pay close attention, or when he's in the shadows, you can tell that he doesn't have a nose and his face is like a skull-like structure. Pay really close attention to that because it's so good of a detail. There is a scene where Valkyrie, Mighty Thor, and Thor go into his kind of realm, and it's just black and white. It's a fantastic scene. It's very well done. Like I said, this movie is not cohesive. It is confusing at times. It does slow down a lot. Nothing picks up at all. There's not much action scenes. Maybe I want to say 4 in total. The funny aspect of seeing Russell Crowe play Zeus is great. It's a interesting way of, bringing in those mighty god characters like Zeus and other characters that you see in that scene. Other than that, Marvel tried, but they need to really slow down with their phase 4 of movies and even TV shows. This also was a very heavy forward of Guns N' Roses. I love Guns N' Roses, and it worked really, really well in this movie with certain scenes. But sometimes they just brought it in with the tempo of the intro or the outro of a certain, like, Welcome to the Jungle, Paradise City, and November Rain, and it was great, but it just faded away. I wanted more. I feel like Marvel rushed into this too fast, and we got the final result of what this film is. We could have saved certain characters for another film, but let's see what happens. At the end of the credits, it says Thor will return, so we'll see when he returns. Will it be in his 5th movie? Will it be in another film? There is a mid-credit scene, and then there is a post-credit scene. The mid-credit scene kind of is okay and good. Post-credit scene is great. It brings forth the character of Jane Foster as Mighty Thor, and it's really, really good, and I absolutely loved it. Other than that, I feel like this movie was a bit of a toned-down version of Ragnarok, and the jokes that Taika Waititi weren't able to get in Ragnarok, he put in Thor: Love and Thunder. He's a phenomenal director and writer, but I feel like it's too joke-forward, and even though that love aspect is there, and it's a love romance kind of story between, the closing of the characters of Thor and Jane Foster, finally getting that closure that both of them wanted. That's what that is. And I wanted to see more Gorr the God Butcher, and it just felt like certain parts were just put together because it made sense, and then other things were left out. It could have been a much better movie. I won't say I'm disappointed, but it was good, but not great. I still think Thor Ragnarok is the superior Thor movie. There are aspects in this where there was a scene where there took place in the Eternity Realm. It felt like the Soul Stone realm that you saw in Infinity War with Thanos and, Gamora. But other than that, it worked. The visuals were good. Very bright, very different. Like I said, the black and white scene when they go into the Gorr's realm was good. The aspect of Shadow Knight, fantastic. For me, Thor: Love and Thunder gets 2 out of 5 stars. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought about Thor: Love and Thunder. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of it? What did you think about the aspect of having Natalie Portman come back as Mighty Thor and, using that to, fight all these Gorr the God Butcher and the Shadow Monsters, or what they call it, along with Thor and Valkyrie? What scenes did you like? What scenes didn't you like? Did you find the movie that it could have been done better with the villain of Gorr, with Christian Bale playing the role? Or do you think it was perfect enough that we got a glimpse of what Christian Bale can do in the MCU? So let me know in the comment section below about the questions I just asked, and also let me know what rating you would give Thor: Love and Thunder, and let me know what is your favorite Thor movie and what your least favorite Thor movie is. And I'll see you all in the next review video.